Let's go across to our straight BJP versus Congress face-off today, because remember, the biggest challenge to the Congress is coming from the BJP. The biggest attack on their presidential election process is also coming from the BJP. Syed Nasir Hussain, Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress party and its national spokesperson, is joining me. Anurag Sharma, the BJP MP, is also with us. Mr. Nasir Hussain, let me come to you first up. How poor is this a start on part of your Congress elections, the formalization of the candidates, that just today Mr. Shashi Tharoor is under attack for releasing a distorted map of India as part of his manifesto? The BJP has already said this is the mindset of the Congress party itself. Don't you think this has been a major embarrassment, not just for the process of the Congress elections, but for the party itself?
Shivani, I think he has already apologized for the map that was released by mistake. I think he has already done. There is no debate on that. And when Mr. Modi and the Chinese premier were meeting, I think China had a map on the national television channel without Arunachal Pradesh, without Kashmir and all those things. So let us not get into that debate. Okay, what is more important is that today Bharatiya Janata Party and its spokespersons are we're asking about the elections in Congress party, about the internal democracy in Congress party, and we were saying that this election is a sham and all those things.
Right.
Now today it is very clear that we have three candidates who are contesting the elections. About more than 9,500 electorate is there who will be electing the Congress president out of these three candidates. The election is wide open. Nobody is backing. Nobody, as somebody claimed in various television channels, that ये गांधी का candidate है, ये loyalist है और ये है तो वो है. Nobody is backing anybody. Nobody is an official candidate. You have Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge with more than 50 years of electoral politics. You have Mr. Shashi Tharoor, who is one of the best brains and articulate MPs in the country, who contested the UN election. And you have one KN Tripathi who was formerly a Jawan, an MLA, then a minister from Jharkhand contesting this election. I think we have time and again proved that we are the only party in this country, political party in this country, who have held regular elections for the post of president and for various positions in this country.
No, but this is your first election in 24 years, Mr. Nasir Hussain. Let's not forget that.
See, if somebody was contesting election and there were no other candidates in the fray, and if it was consensus, then nobody can help it.
Okay.
We had the process, we had the procedure, we had election at the grassroots level, at booth, ward, block, district level and state level elections were held. But for the post of AICC, if some other candidate was not coming up in open to fight against some other candidate, nobody can help it.
No, so you're saying that these elections are free and fair. That indeed is the question that I'm debating tonight. Yeah. Do you really think, before I bring in Anurag ji as well, do you really think the way things have panned out, first the Gandhis tap Gehlot creates a mess, then he's asked to bow out, Mr. Digvijay Singh enters the fray, then says, I'll only withdraw if the Gandhis ask me to. The next day, today morning, we realize he's withdrawing. Mr. Kharge emerges as a consensus candidate. Mr. Nasir Hussain, can you, with your hand on your heart, really say that there is no tabbed candidate by the Gandhis, that this has been truly free and fair, where virtually anyone can fight? Why were people applying and then withdrawing, and then why were people being seen in the race and then backing out?
Shivani, I'll answer your question, but then the fact remains that neither somebody in the media wants to question whether the BJP had elections for the past 7-8 presidents they had at the national level, nor the media wants to accept that there are elections in the Congress party. Nobody asked Ashok Gehlot to contest the election. Nobody asked him to withdraw from the fray.
Sir, how is that
Nobody
possible?
asked Digvijay Singh ji to contest the election. Nobody asked him. No, Shivani, let me. You asked me a question.
But sir, how is it possible that nobody asked Mr. Gehlot to fight the elections?
You should allow me.
He didn't want to be the Congress chief.
Shivani, you should allow me to.
Okay.
See, you should allow me to finish first. Then you can interrupt. Nobody asked Digvijay Singh ji to contest the election. Nobody asked him not to contest the election or withdraw from the fray. Nobody, like, no Gandhi asked Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge ji to fight the election or file the nomination. Neither Shashi Tharoor ji. Said most of them must have consulted Gandhis. Most of them must have met the Gandhis or asked for the support or blessing from the Gandhis. Time and again, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, it's there in public domain that he said that it will be a free and fair election. Will not be backing anyone. Nobody will be backing anyone, and nobody from the Gandhi Parivar will not be a candidate.
Fight, right.
So this is everywhere. So if you don't want to believe and you say that this is Gandhi's
I
candidate,
want to
and this
believe
is
it,
not
sir.
Gandhi's
Please
candidate,
don't put it to
then we have to leave it to
my
your
not
imagination.
wanting or willingness to believe it, but I do have to keep my mind open and see the sequence of events. Let me go to Anurag Sharma now.
Please.
Syed sir is saying that this has indeed been a free and fair process. Nobody wanted Gehlot to fight. He wanted to fight. I find that hard to believe, given that he didn't really seem very interested in the Congress top job, wanted to keep his chief minister's position. Come on, it played out in public.
Shivani, thank you so much for having me on your channel. It's a pleasure to be here again. But Mr. Gehlot, come on, he just thumbed his noses at the Gandhis. And spectacle in Rajasthan, then why did you need to send 2 observers there? If Mr. Gehlot was to remain the chief minister, why were 2 people sent there? What was Mr. Makhan doing there? Why was the CLP meeting being called? It's just a whole sham, and all of us know this extremely well. The whole nation saw it for 2 days, the entire tamasha which happened in Rajasthan. So, and he's actually put the Gandhis in their place. He has proved to the nation, the country, that the Gandhis do not really have control over their elected representatives. Now, what is happening here in Delhi, what they're trying to do with the president's post is, you have a few loyalists in and around Delhi who really have no public standing or are mass leaders. So they need to choose somebody like a Manmohan Singh again. And they found, unfortunately, in Mr. Kharge, who is an extremely nice man, I presume. I don't know him personally, but I presume he has a lot of experience. But an 80-year-old gentleman is now expected to win and then help the party in 18 states. They don't even have one single MP. You've lost 90% of your seats in the Hindi belt. In UP, you have one single member of parliament. And he doesn't even speak Hindi.
Right.
How
I
is
take
this
that
going
to
to
Mr.
revive the
Nasir
party?
Sen. But Anurag
This is
Sharma, all
just-
of that is very good for you, right? You shouldn't
this
be
is
complaining
perfect.
about any of this.
We are not. We are happily sitting back and seeing this entire eyewash
Precisely.
happily in our homes and saying, thank God for this.
So precisely. But the question I want to ask you is, the Congress is saying at least we are having this election, right? When was the last time you held an election for the BJP president post?
Fair enough.
There may have been some
the BJP
inconsistencies, there may have been some embarrassments, but they've put themselves through this, right?
Are they putting themselves really through it? Ask yourself in all fairness, are they actually putting themselves through an election process?
Yeah, it's
or
been
is it
quite-
just a
it's been
nomination
quite-
by the Gandhi family?
It's
It
been
seems to be
quite
only
bloody. It's been quite, it's hurt them actually in some senses, given what's happened in Rajasthan. But they're putting themselves through this exercise. It is playing out in public. They
It's
can
playing
well
out
argue.
in public. You have 2 more candidates who are probably been put up as dummy candidates. Unfortunately, they're probably not even going to get any of the votes. You saw the G23 leaders also today lining up. And Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge Saab comes out, holds a press conference and implies that he has the blessings of the Gandhi. And he says he's met the party leaders and he's very grateful for their support. We all know what that implies.
Right.
So this is just another Manmohan Singh sort of scenario being done, an entire eyewash.
Okay.
As far as the BJP is concerned, look at the amount of presidents we've had. So in
Okay,
the
fair
last
enough.
20